All righty, that's enough of that. What's up, boys and girls? What's up, theys and thems? What are y'all doing, man? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are out there in the world. I hope you're doing well. You're listening to Just My 2 Cents. Got a lot to talk about today. Bunch of shit happened this weekend in the sports world, in the MMA world, the boxing world, the football world, both college and NFL. Bunch of stuff to talk about. I'm going to get to all of it, and I'm going to take my time doing it. But I hope you're all doing well, man. It is Monday, and it's fucking Halloween. It is All Hallows Eve. Happy fucking Halloween to whoever comes in here. There's nobody in here right now, so I'm just talking to myself. But when y'all do come up in here, happy Halloween. As I am always one to do when I start the show, intro time, channel news, smoke up, get warmed up, do a few updates, a few weekend sports updates. So yeah, that's the part of the show we're doing right now. I got my coffee. I got my pot. Today's stream is being fake sponsored. As usual, one of my most reliable fake sponsors, Wally World. Great value, store brand, medium roast, instant coffee. Picks me right up. Super cheap, super easy to make. Instant pick me up. So thank you, Walmart, as always, for fake carrying your boy. The other fake sponsors of this stream are, let's see if I can get this right, Donnie Burger by Grassroots and Flow Walker by Grow West. Pretty nice little blend. The Donnie Burger is pretty much an indica strain, although it's not super like, it won't just knock you out right away. It's a nice like late evening chill in front of the TV type of indica. So I got about 25% of that, and the majority of what I'm smoking on today is this Flow Walker, which is pretty much a 50-50. So, yeah, it's nice. Well, it's fucking Halloween. What y'all think about that? What's up, Bo? What are you doing? Happy Halloween, Bo Jackson. You want to smoke with your old boy 2 cents? So I was just saying I got this Flow Walker and Donnie Burger, neither of which I've smoked before, both of which I'm enjoying. It's a nice little blend. So, first things first. Woo pig. How about them fucking hogs, dude? Arkansas Razorbacks put a butt whipping on Auburn in their fucking backyard. 41-27. Dude, the refs helped them get a lot of that fucking 27, dude. They were getting helped out a lot. Nevertheless, we fucking stomped them, had their fans going home before the fourth quarter even started. I mean, Auburn's not incredible. They were I think they were like 3-4 or something. Not very good. But we beat them. It's an SEC win. It's a divisional SEC win, which is important. And we got Liberty next week. And I love that we're playing Liberty, and I love even more that they're fucking ranked. Because y'all are going to see, dude, y'all are going to see the fucking difference between these major conference schools and these little bullshit Cinderella story underdog. Like, let's give the underdog a ranking and show them they can do it too. Like, y'all are going to fucking see. We are going to fucking stomp Liberty, dude. We are going to stomp their fucking dickhole shut with a big old Arkansas boot. Just put their dick right on the ground. Just stomp it fucking shut, dude. We're going to fuck them up. We're hosting them. They are coming to Fayetteville. The moment is going to be too much. We are going to be just itching to take that fucking ranking from them. We might not get it. We might not end up getting ranked off of this, but look at some of these teams they're fucking putting in the rankings, dude. We got votes this past week. If we beat a ranked team, I think we'll probably get votes again. I mean, I would love it if we stomp Liberty and get ranked. Fucking Liberty. I cannot believe we're playing Liberty too. Fucking, I know some people who went to Liberty. Fucking that little drunk ass Christian school in Lynchburg ain't beating no fucking Arkansas Razorbacks, dude. It's just not happening. They're the big fish in a small pond. They're playing well in their little fucking whatever it is, American Athletic, or their little independent bullshit. But dude, we are gonna fucking destroy them. Y'all are gonna see the difference between big time programs and these little fucking Cinderella wannabe bullshit motherfuckers like Liberty. I will, brother. I repoof. Cape Crusader live resin vape. Goo raid day in the morning. That sounds fucking tight. Sigh, dude. Liberty Bibberty. Zach. Yeah, you think they're nasty because of the fucking dookie ass competition they've been playing. You're going to see the difference, dude. You're going to see the difference between a major program and these motherfuckers. How many ranked teams has Liberty actually beaten this year or even played? But we got Zach Johnson up in here. Perfect time to talk some fucking college football. You missed my putting the Razorbacks over, Zach. Don't want you to miss that. But yeah, dude. Zach, you're going to like this part, dude. So, as y'all know, I've been keeping track of the top 25 by conference. Which conference has the most ranked teams? Which, are it's been going back and forth a lot. The SEC has held the top spot every fucking week. Well, guess what? You're going to like this, Zach. Guess what? We got some fucking company this week, dude. The SEC, the Pac 12, and Zach Johnson's ACC are now tied for the most teams in the top 25. Big 10 placing with 4, and Big 12 showing with 3. Win, play, show. There you go. What do you think about that, dude? Does that make your heart soar? Soar on the wings of glory? How's it? Welcome. Welcome to the top, Zach. Does it feel good? It's nice up here, ain't it? It's real nice. Welcome, brother. Yeah, dude. Oh, it's all good. Hey, man. Like I said, fucking Liberty is ranked. I think that I'm comfortable saying that every ACC team would fucking destroy Liberty. These fucking drunk ass Lynchburg motherfuckers are not about to come into Arkansas and beat us, dude. We are going to fucking whoop that ass, dude, badly. And it's going to be awesome. Like I said, they're ranked, we're not, and we're going to show everyone why that shouldn't be the case. Because we got to play Liberty, then we got to play fucking LSU, then we got to play Ole Miss, and then we got to play one of our rivals, Missouri, at the very end. I'm telling you, man, even when the SEC has competition in the top 25, Arkansas still got a fucking murderer's row. That will make what, so we had to play off the bat, dude, a ranked Cincinnati. We beat South Carolina, who they're not ranked anymore, but they were ranked last week. So they've been ranked at one point this season. We had to play fucking Alabama. It's every fucking year, man. Every fucking year, at least 4 or 5 ranked teams. So, it is what it is. I think we're going to fucking stomp a mud hole in Liberty. I don't know about LSU. I can't fucking talk big and bad. We got to take care of Liberty first, and then we'll see what happens. And I got to see whether that game's in Fayetteville. I have a feeling it's going to be in Death Valley, but I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Some pissed off Big Ten fan was all pissed off talking shit. Great. Dude. Big Ten, you're still playing second fiddle. The only fucking conferences that can talk shit now are ACC and Pac-12. That's the only ones. So yeah, but dude, you see what happens when you're not the storied program in your conference. Look how far that y'all have fallen now. Do you really think that if y'all had beaten Clemson that they wouldn't still be in the top 10? They would have fallen 3 spots and y'all would not have been in the top 10. If y'all had beaten Clemson, they would have put y'all at number 12 or 11 or something, and Clemson would be number 9 or some shit like that. But anyways, that's college football right now. In a nutshell, that's about all I want to talk about it. But since we're still doing the fucking intro sports update from the weekend, how about them damn old Cowboys? You want to talk about a boot stomping? You want to talk about a dickhole getting stomped shut? Dude. And this is another game where the refs were trying to help Chicago in any fucking way they possibly could. They called one of the weakest fucking roughing the passer calls in Justin Fields' favor that I have ever fucking seen. They called that roughing the passer. And then later in the game, they pretty much gang tackled and like neck cranked Dak Prescott. Nothing. They didn't even think about throwing a flag. And it was like, it was a fucking assault. And like I said, one dude grabbed him, gave him a fucking like bulldog choke, neck crank, and like almost ripped his fucking head. No, they wouldn't even think about calling roughing the passer. But we give Justin Fields a little push. Oh, no, flag. It's like, whatever, man. Whatever, dude. It didn't matter. We're back. We got Dak back. He looked like Dak Prescott. He looked great. This is what I've been waiting to see. This is the Dak Prescott I've been waiting to see, that I've been hoping to see. Like I said, just because I've been critical of the dude and think he's overrated and overpaid doesn't mean that I don't want that to be the case. I do want that to be the case. I want him to play like he got paid 160 million, and he did. He looked fucking great. He only made one bad decision, dude. That looked like Dallas. That was a little bit more what I was expecting. Even with Zeke hurt, Pollard fucking killed it, man. That was what was up, dude. And we were fucking dude. Speaking of the refs, they called like one holding penalty on Chicago. They were holding Micah Parsons and D-Law all fucking night. God, they were trying to help them out so fucking bad. But Chicago is fucking dookie. So yeah, Cowboys 6-2 now. Chicago's like 3-5. So yeah, that's what's up. We got our bye next week. Perfect time for a bye. So yeah. Cowboys rolling. Yeah. Wake's decent. They've been ranked all season pretty much. So yeah, I mean, I don't want it to be a routing. Like, I don't want it to be a scoreless game. I'd like to be somewhat entertained. Like, yeah, I mean, dude, even because I've watched games like that before where like we play some fuck ass team that does not deserve to be there in there with us, but people think they have a chance because we get stomped by all these other fucking like storied programs. We get whooped by these like legendary SEC programs. And so people think that when a little bitty school like that comes in, they're going to do something, and we fuck them up. But even in games like that, like at some point, I start to get a little like what happened? Oh, we've just been whooping that ass so much. So I hope it is somewhat competitive for a little while. I hope it's a game that's back and forth for like almost a half, and then we just take over. That's ideally what I'd like to see. Make sure we don't fucking fall asleep at the wheel and just beat the fucking shit out of them. Lost a parlay on that Hail Mary to more in the Atlanta game. God, man. Rough sledding, Bubba. Had Atlanta -4 to wrap it up with Cowboys and Eagles. Damn. I feel your pain, Bo Dick. Well, I've had some heartbreak with betting the last couple weeks. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna talk about it, man. I got a bunch of crow to eat today. And matter of fact, it's the perfect time to get into this recap, which is going to be the majority of the stream. As you can see there, that's what we got on the docket, boys. UFC Vegas 63, Paul Silva recap, my woeful betting recap, and then little Halloween TV movie talk, bullshit around, and get the fuck out of here. But first things first. Hell, I done introduced it enough. Oh, little side note. This dumb shit you're looking at right here, that like ridiculous fucking screenshot that I took, I put that on Twitter and it has over 1,300 likes. I caught the coattails of a tweet that went viral. This was my reply to it, and it has 1,300 likes. This is by far the most liked thing that I've ever put up on Twitter, and I feel pretty comfortable saying it's the dumbest fucking shit I've ever put up on Twitter. But that in a that is just Twitter in a microcosm. Dumb shit posting and humor and just ridiculous shit, especially MMA Twitter. But yeah, I do want to give credit to the original tweeter whose coattails I am clinging to. 1333 and climbing. This was a tweet that went viral from Mumps Khabib at Deep Ocean Eagle. Check it out, man. It's pretty funny. It's Herb Dean giving the ultimate inspection, dude. It is the Herb Dean inspection zone, if there ever was one. Dan Hardy's quote tweeted it. Like, it definitely went viral. 22.9K on the original tweet. And yeah, your boy is like one of the top replies on that. It's fucking stupid as shit. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. Anyways, so that was one of the silver linings of the cloud that was this weekend. So Friday I did the weigh-in stream, and the last couple weeks I've been keeping the lists up of who I thought looked good and looked bad to prove a point, and I would like to continue to prove that point today. So I will circle back around to that when we get to it. But I have left them up, who I thought looked good and who I thought looked bad. And it doesn't fucking matter, man. It just doesn't matter. The better fighter wins usually. So here we go. This is, if you're just joining me, this is the Just My 2 Cents, just my happy Halloween today. Happy fucking Halloween, you ghoulish fucks. But yeah, man, this is my UFC Vegas 63 followed by the Jake Paul Anderson Silva recap. Let's fucking do this shit. Right off the bat, Christian Rodriguez fucking anaconda chokes Joshua Weems. Nasty anaconda choke. Now, the anaconda choke clamps down on the shoulder, right? And the darce clamps down on the neck. Right? Isn't that how it goes? With the darce, the arms meet right on the neck, and with the anaconda, they meet on the shoulder. Isn't that how it goes? Pretty sure that's the difference. It just shows how fucking ignorant my fucking BJJ knowledge is. But yeah, it was nasty. Weems like got into a dominant position, like got into a favorable position. Rodriguez tried this like spinning elbow and basically like spun himself right into a body lock trip. Like Weems got around to his back, body lock, tripped him, but then put himself right into the fucking, like, he wrapped his arm around, looked like it was going to get the guillotine, but then he just like went right through and clamped the anaconda down, and that was it. Nasty. Good shit from C-Rod. I know a lot of people in the community cashed on that. So shout out to anyone that made money on Christian Rodriguez. That was pretty slick butthole. And Weems fucking missed weight. So like it didn't matter. Like I said, I was pretty sure that was a purposeful weight cut. Like not on purpose, but like he wasn't going to make any effort to try and cut it. It's like, I'm over. It just is what it is. He was like 139 and a half. So it was like, it didn't help him though. It didn't help him. Yeah, like that. It's so stupid. Dude, that fucking, it's a vibe, man. It's a whole vibe. That Herb Dean look. That is pure fucking red-blooded male right there, dude. I know Any boys, any straight red-blooded male knows that look. When you see a little fucking thing, you go, God. Mm. It's that look. It's that look right there. It's the I would like to have sex with her look. And she fucking catches him, dude. It's very funny. I definitely recommend people go watch that video. It's pretty good. Um, dude, so yeah, on stream on Friday, I had picked Carlos Mata, and I almost, dude, I preach this all the fucking time. Don't switch your fucking picks late. And I preach it because I have gotten burned so many times with late switches. Well, I broke my own rule and it didn't burn me this time. There was just, dude, I was I was even hearing myself talk about it, and I wasn't believing what I was saying that Mata was going to win. I was like, I guess he's going to win. It's like, is he, dude? No, he's fucking debuting. He ain't fought nobody. Durden's like gritty. I don't like. I'm not down on him for losing to fucking Muhammad Makayev. Even though I'm a little bit more down on Makayev now, still he's a legit prospect. So yeah, I switched to Durden. I feel ashamed. I feel like I've betrayed the dome, but I got to get back on track with these picks. And if I hadn't have done that, I would have had another losing night with picks. I did not, but I almost did. So that actually kind of saved my night as far as predictions. But yeah, I picked Durden. He more or less like did exactly what I thought he was going to. I picked Durden by decision. I just thought he would fucking out wrestle him, and he did. It just good wrestling beats good Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. That's just all there is to it. I've seen it too many times. Yes, when wrestlers make mistakes, they get caught in guillotines and stuff, and like you saw with Weems, fucking anaconda chokes. But if the dude's a good wrestler, and the guy just good wrestling will beat Brazilian Jiu Jitsu from guard. It will. Within MMA, if the guy is smart, he's just gonna win that matchup most of the time. So that's why I picked Durden. It worked out. That's what's up. God, what's up, lobby? Hurt stacks help cash 4 out of God. You are out of control. 4 out of 13 drafted teams, but still in the red last week. Great. Sorry about that. What's up, though, lobby? Durden. Oh, dude, you're all Brazilian. He busted. You're all Brazilian. Well, I'm sorry about that. I got a parlay busted myself, and it chapped my fucking pale white ass, dude. That shit pissed me the fuck off, man. I'll get to it, but yeah, I feel your pain on a busted parlay, dude. Zach has parlay busted by the fucking Falcons. Durden busted yours. Sad state of affairs, boys. Nah, some people fucking killed it this weekend, man. Jack fucking shout out to Jack Attack MMA, man. Jack had another fucking crazy good weekend. So this one kind of shook up the MMA hardcores a little bit. How many examples are we going to see of this? I can't act like, oh, I knew this was coming, dude, because I didn't. I fucking my dumbass picked Chase Hooper too. But it's like, how many times do we have to be fooled by these fucking kids, man? What Chase? You got a ground and pound stoppage last time. You are not a striker, dude. You are not a striker. Just because you didn't get knocked out by Alex Caceres, like he was, dude. When are these fucking kids going to learn? When are these fucking MMA fighters going to learn? And what I'm about to talk about here in a little bit is going to be just another example. You ain't no fucking boxer. And you definitely ain't no slick outfighter that is skilled or capable enough to use a fucking Philly shell. Because if you're using the Philly shell, properly, you're not going to get hit like fucking Chase Hooper was. Stick to the basics. Stick to the basics. Get your fucking hands up. When you throw a punch, keep your other hand up by your fucking chin. Dude is like, he gives up his reach. He has this, he goes in like, you can't even spell Philly shell, dude. You would know the first thing about shoulder rolling. You wouldn't know the first thing about catching and countering or parrying because you don't do none of it. You like it because it looks cool. But MMA fighters use the Philly shell because it looks cool, but they don't know how to fucking use it because they're not defensively responsible enough. Like, the closest person to kind of using it was Sean Strickland, and you saw how fugazi that ended up being against someone with real fucking striking. Like, I don't know, man. I don't get it. Like, it's so funny. It's so funny when these fucking MMA fighters think they're boxers, dude. It's so funny, man. I love it. Oh, Hooper. Oh, you missed fading Hooper, dang. Dude, he's the one that needs the fucking developmental contract. He needed to stay out when he was, didn't he win his Contender Series fight and Dana was like, I need to build you up a little bit more. Like, he should have taken that time to like work on his striking and fights against guys that aren't going to give him a pasting. Like, dude, if you are getting chin checked by Steve Garcia, you ain't gonna fucking make it. I don't give a fuck how good you are on the ground. You got no way getting it to the ground other than some weird fucking Ryan Hall shit. Seen that has been shown to not work over a long period of time. Like, you're good on the ground, but if you can't get it there, you're figgity fucked with a capital F. Homie Noah in the building. No power, no technique. Is using the what are you thinking using a Philly shell? That is like, that style is used by guys who have been using that, like they have boxing in their blood. That's who uses that type of style. Because you have to be slick to use that shit. Like, that is a slick fighting style. So you use the Philly shell, you use your shoulder. If you're orthodox, you use your left shoulder to fucking roll right hands, or you use your right hand up against your shoulder and your chin to fucking parry, to catch and counter, and then you use it, and you see the guys that use the fit like I'll give you an example. Like Tyson Fury, when he's shadow boxing, you see him. He'll put the hand up by his left shoulder, and then he'll put the hand up by his right. He'll put the same hand. It's the same hand. You keep the fucking right hand pointed, the inside pointed out, so you can parry and catch them. And it's just that no MMA fighter knows how to use it, and they fucking use it all. They look like they're going to use it, and it just bites them in the ass every single fucking time. I'm not describing it very well, but go look it up, man, and look at the fighters that use that. Look at the boxers that use that style successfully. They're incredibly slick, very defensively responsible. They have a ring craft that these MMA fighters will never achieve. It's a different sport. You ain't no fucking boxer. Keep your fucking hands up and stick to the basics. 1-2 right down the pipe and get your goddamn hands back to your face. That's my advice for you, Chase Hooper. Anyways. So yeah, I know that shit in a few bowls of cereal. I can tell you that for certain. I picked Chase Hooper like a lot of people did. Congrats to anyone that was on Steve Garcia. He was using some I mean, it's pretty basic boxing, but it was very effective. Jab to the body overhand. He cracked Hooper with that several times. Even I don't know if it was the last time he dropped him, but it was like the second to last. It was jab to the body, overhand. Because what Hooper would do is, as soon as Garcia would start punching, he'd just drop his hands and start throwing these combos in the phone booth. It's like, dude, he just doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't use his reach, doesn't use his jab, just leaps into the pocket and starts throwing hooks. Just nonsensical. Moron. Tell him. Shit, it won't on mine either. He won't on mine either, dude. Yeah, I got fooled. I got fooled plenty of times. I just made some shitty picks on this card too. Like I said, Durden kind of saved me, but anyways, you want to talk about hindsight being 2020? Definitely should have parlayed Jun Young Park. So my instincts were right about that one. He was a very safe parlay piece. And I didn't like him because he was like a little bit, he was just minus 250, but it's like, I had just parlayed Carol Hosa the week before at like minus 335. So I was like, why are all of a sudden are you like getting hoity-toity about like, this is a little too cheap, this is a little too expensive for me, like I'm some fucking, like I know what the fuck I'm doing, please. So yeah, should have the lesson from that is trust your instincts. Should trust my instincts. Should have parlayed Park, but I don't know if it would have mattered because I would have parlayed somebody else too that would have busted it. So anyways, my read on this was completely right though. I didn't think he was going to choke him, but I did have him. No, I might have had him by TKO in the third round or decision. I can't remember. Might have had by decision. But another guy, PFL bound, Joseph Holmes is not a UFC level fighter. Alan Amedovski is the only kind of competition, the level of competition that I think he can beat. And Alan Amedovski is not UFC level. Jamie Pickett's not even really UFC level. Beat him. Yeah, Park's kind of a jobber too, man. Like he's a high-end jobber, but dude, he has some losses. Like he's not some fucking undefeated, like I don't know, man. Like Holmes it's just hype. It's the goofy fucking hair and the mustache and that corny, like, well, he's got some charisma. Like, but he's a fucking dork, man. Like, I don't get why they hype some of these dudes up. Just, I don't know. I don't understand it. But, maybe I'm just not a very smart person. And my picks reflected that. My picks and bets reflected that. So yeah, that's fucking ugly man jobber is what they need to call him. That motherfucker needs to go to PFL. CTE, I know, man. I know. His chin is kind of ruined because he gets in all these firefights and if it isn't ruined, it's gonna get ruined. He's getting dropped in a lot of these. No defense. Like he's just learning the fucking kid. He's just fucking stubborn. He's gonna learn the hard way. I told you Park was gonna win for the South Korean market. I had Park too. Again, like this is like the second week you've done it. Like I told you this guy has like I was on that side. That one scared me, wasn't confident. Like I wasn't confident enough to bet him, but I was pretty confident that he was going to win. Handlebar mustaches auto fade. Yeah, it's so corny. Who does it work out for? Spike O'Sullivan? Fucking Randy Costa? Joseph Holmes? Nope. It's corny as fuck. It's some corny hipster fargatry. And it doesn't work out. You're right. You're absolutely right. Iron Turtle, baby. I think Cooper quits. I mean, I would go back to the regionals. He's young, dude. He's still got time to clean it up. But if he doesn't and he keeps fighting like that, he is going to have a ruined chin. I'm just saying. So that happened there. This was just a dumb pick, dude. I don't know what I was thinking. Of course, DeLima clubs and subs him. This was just a fucking dumb pick. I have no excuses. Credit to anyone that was on DeLima. I think Jack hit a parlay with like DeLima round one, Delidze round one. That was super sharp. This is just, I'm kicking myself for this one. Dumb pick. Should have fucking known. Like, of course that happened. So whatever. Credit to all the DeLima backers, man. Sharp stuff. That should have been, oh god. Looking back at that now, that is one of the most obvious picks that I just that's who's gonna win this one. Is like you look at the guys that Arlovsky had been skating past, and it's like, yeah, of course DeLima hits harder than them, got a little better boxing, like definitely has the Brazilian jiu-jitsu and grappling to put him away once it hits the ground. It's like, yeah, of course that happened. Got him kind of like Aspinall too, dude. Like Andre up against the cage trying to get back to his feet. No, you're not. You're going to get strangled. Whoosh, just sinks the fucking rear naked choke in. And he gave one of those like I'm about to pass out. I can barely get my arm up one time. Like he was like a second from passing out. DeLima has just a ham hock for an arm. And I imagine the pressure, his skill and the fucking girthquake of that arm was just ridiculous. He was about to go out. So yeah, he gives the one like, this is all the tap I can muster. And just, yeah. Yeah, I'm kicking myself for that one, dude. That was just a dumb fucking pick. No excuses, just retardation on my part, and that's what I fucking get. Shut up, ESPN. You shut the fuck up. Crooked ass mothership. Yeah, let's move right along. I should have bet this one too. Perfect pick on Topology. Had a couple perfect picks. Durden, perfect. Well, I mean, decision. That should be perfect though. I'm sorry. Getting a decision right is just as hard as getting the finish right. I feel like they should be equally valued. That's not easy to pick a decision. Especially with the anything can happen, anything can happen. Yeah. It's not easy to pick a decision. It should be worth more than 7. It should be 100. If you fucking nail a decision, that should be a perfect too. That's just my opinion though. But yeah, anyways, I digress. Nailed this one on Tapology. Should have bet it. Haas is a chinny. Well, no. Let me back that up. Scratch that. I kind of feel for Phil Haas in this one. Yes, he doesn't have the most he's not the most durable, but he should not have been in a position to get knocked out like that. I'm sorry, that was a fuck up on Dan Mergley. Dan Mergley out of fucked up. How could he not see or know that the reason that Phil Haas was all fucked up was from that heel hook? It was like a heel hook, like a knee bar, but Haas was in front of him instead of behind him. Does that make sense? Because like the knee bar, the guy's behind you and you just got their leg in front of you and you're just fucking hyperextending the fuck out of it and they can't do anything about it. But he was like behind him doing a knee bar. It was really weird. But he definitely popped his knee. Like he definitely fucked his knee up. Dude, this was the night of fucking knee destruction, dude. Man. I feel bad for him. I do feel for Phil Haas. I thought he got done dirty by Dan Mergliata. That should have been stopped right there. That should have been a submission. Now, it was on purpose. Like, this wasn't like the main event where like he did something stupid. No, this was done deliberately. That should have been a submission win for Roman Dolidze. How can you let that fight continue, dude? What the fuck? Like, you really think that he is like, fuck, man. And of course, they stopped the main event immediately. Cater's knee pops. Oh, wave it off. Yeah. Haas knees pop. let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Like, what the fuck, man? That was kind of fucked up. I did feel for Phil Haas. He had no chance of winning that fight and was just a sitting duck for Roman. Roman is powerful, dude. He's a fucking light heavyweight. That dude cuts a lot of fucking weight. You saw how shitty he looked on the scales. Like, he looked rough, dude. That's a big boy. That's a big boy, baby. So yeah, when he fucking rehydrates, that's a fucking 200 plus ass motherfucker in there. And swinging those hooks, one-legged fighter, like, that was kind of fucked up, man. I kind of feel bad for Phil Haas because he got chin checked, and he shouldn't have. That was not Dan Murgliata protecting the fighter. That was kind of fucked up, man. The more I think about it, like, God, that's really fucked up, dude. But yeah, so he got he got submitted and TKO'd. He got technically submitted and then actually knocked out, which is a little bit fucked. Yeah. Yeah. Another one of my correct fade Blondie picks. He was on a way to I mean, he might have been. He might have been. It was. Wrong guy was favored. They think they are each on each other's level with the striking, but the durability issues of Haas should have favored Delize. I agree. Yes. Yeah, there was it was pretty nice. Yeah, actually, like, yeah. Yeah, I didn't either. Definitely putting Poliana Viana in my all Brazilian parlay. BS Frey. Jinu Fry. I've seen Fry win a robbery in Invicta. Yeah, she's such a weird fighter, man. And I was glancing at the card next week. I'm probably not going to get greasy next week. I am going to sit my casual betting ass right on the couch and just watch. I'm going to sit back and watch. I'm going to make my picks. I'm going to see what happens. And I think I'm going to save my greasy energy for 281. See some more spots there for your boy. Anyways, moving right along. Shout out to the 6 people in the building. Well, let's get to it. Let's get right to it. That was a fucking robbery, dude. It was a robbery. The second week in a row, one of the biggest robberies of the year. And of course, I'm on the wrong side of it. 2 weeks in a row. I thought I was being smart, man. I was like, I'm not betting too much. I'm just going light with these guys that are pretty sure they're going to win. I mean, now you can look back in hindsight and be like, well, you shouldn't have been so confident. It's like, they both got robbed, man. Jan got robbed. Jacoby got robbed. Coincidentally enough, by one of the same fucking guys. Ben Cartledge, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's the same guy. This is not like, oh, it was kind of split when the media, everyone kind of saw a different thing. No. It's pretty much the Khalil backers are saying that he won, of course. No shocker there, but there were like 2 people that scored it for Khalil. Of course, one of them was fucking Drake. But most people know what they saw. A lot of people had it 30-27 Jacoby. Like, I scored the 3rd round for Khalil. I had 29-28 Jacoby. I really don't see how you can give the 1st or the 2nd round to Khalil. The narrative is that Oh, well, it's damage versus volume. Act saying to talk out of your neck like Jacoby didn't land one power punch is such a fucking bad faith argument, dude. He landed plenty of right hands, plenty of hooks. Neither one of them were incredibly hurt. He outstruck him in every fucking round. Like, that was another fucking stitch up. All the money was on Jacoby. The vast majority of it was. Here's another chance to bust some parlays. Classic Vegas cleanup. I'm not going to argue with anyone about it. If you were on Khalil, good job. Take the money and run. I watched it again. It was a fucking robbery. Jacoby won the first 2 rounds. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself about it, but that was incredibly frustrating, dude. Just like, really, again. I mean, good thing I didn't put too much on it. It's been, fuck, dude. It's been, I bet $17 last week and I bet $20 this week. So it's not too bad of a loss, but it's like, it just fucking pissed me off, man. It should have been easy money, but it's just, of course, classic Vegas job. Oh, dip. You know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So, anyways, man, I got to eat crow here. I got to just eat my crow. I was really down on Trayshawn Gore, saying the same things that I was saying that I just said about Hooper and Ugly Man Jobber, that he didn't belong in the UFC. I got to be real though, he was kind of getting his ass whooped. Like, friend was starting to whoop his ass and made a dumb fucking mistake, man. I'll tell you what though, that is one of the craziest submissions I've ever seen. That looked so incredibly painful. That is literally a submission where it looked like he could have ripped his fucking head off his neck. Like, I know that gets thrown around a lot, but that actually, like, if you look, there was a great photo of it up on the timeline where it was just like, it looked like in like a fucking anime or like a something like that, where someone like gets their head ripped off. You can see the veins start to like separate and shit. Like, that's what it looked like. It was a guillotine, but instead of Gore being in front of him and having his head under his arm, he was behind him. So just imagine a guillotine, but like the guy's behind the guy getting choked. It looks so crazy. That was one of the craziest submissions I've ever seen. And like, he lets Frim's head go and it just slaps the back of the fucking, his back of his head slaps the fucking canvas. Crazy, dude. Shout out to Trayshawn Gore. This crow's for you, Bubba. Take it as you will. I am. I'm taking it. I'm taking that crow, brother. I'm eating it. God, man. That was crazy. That was fucking gnarly. I think that's fair to say. Credit to him. I'm going to eat my crow. I was wrong. He's feeding me all this crow. I more or less feel the same way I do, because Frim, if he hadn't have done that, he probably could have knocked him out. If he just stayed on the feet, Gore was backing up to the fence, he probably could have put him away. But it is what it is. Credit to Trayshawn Gore. I was wrong. Trayshawn Gore will remain in the UFC, methinks. Now, Trayshawn Gore was pretty emotional earlier in the week, but he actually got it like that. Dude, the UFC loves promoting the guys that get emotional and like cry, and like that's why they love dudes like Khalil Roundtree. And dude, it was so, just to go back to that one real quick, like everyone knew what they saw. Like, even during the interview, people were bitching about it in the crowd. That was bullshit. That's a fucker. Shut up. And Biz being, yeah, shut up. You guys don't be mean. Don't be mean to us. Sitting there trying to like justify that, like, Khalil all dejected, sweat pouring. Dude, he was heaving and he had to catch his breath to give that fucking post fight interview. That's how bad he was, like swinging and missing. He landed like a few hard punches, and the dude hits really hard. So, and Jacoby's got a bunch of fucking like scar tissue, and like he kickboxed for quite a bit longer than Khalil ever did, and like he marks up easy. Some dudes just mark up easy, they do, and that tricks the judges sometimes. Like there's dudes that get sparked out cold and have no damage on their face. So it's like you can't just look at that. Yes, absolutely. In a really close fight, you look, but this fight wasn't that close, and most of that damage was done in the third round that I gave to Khalil anyway. Jacoby wasn't that busted up at the start of the third round, so it just is what it is, man. But anyways, but I do think that that was a lot of narrative. They love these fucking like emo fargets like Khalil, these huge dudes that they cry and they just love that shit, man. It's a story. It's a story of redemption. It's corny as fuck, man. That everyone knows what they saw. That was a fucking robbery, highway robbery. Anyways, credit to Trayshawn Gore. He fucked Josh Fremd up. That was one of the gnarliest submissions I've ever seen, and it literally looked like he was about to rip his fucking head off. Cray. All right. This, yeah. Hey, you don't say that I didn't win. You shut up. You don't say mean things about us. Michael Bisping, yeah, you don't say mean stuff about him. Hey, don't say that. Be nice. Fargets. Anyways, yeah, dude, Waldo Cortez Acosta outboxed Jared Vandera. Jared Vandera is not very smart, dude. He had such a big advantage on the ground. It didn't look. Did he have any takedown attempts? It was like one or two, if any. I don't know why that dude thinks he's like a kickboxer or something. That again, PFL bound, PFL, Bellator. Vandera seems like a decent dude. I saw that video of him talking about what the injuries he has sustained and what he was going to do moving forward. He's like, I like the changes that I've made. It's like, dude, honestly, I think Waldo Cortez Acosta is going to get his fucking ass whooped. Like that was a reasonably close fight with an absolute jobber, a guy that's known as a fucking grappler, and he's giving you a pretty competitive fight on the feet. I mean, it just shows you how shallow heavyweight is. That they need to keep a guy like Jared Vandera around. The fact that that dude has more than one UFC contract is just crazy to me. He has looked like sub UFC level pretty much his entire fucking UFC career. I've been waiting for this guy to get cut, and it's just like all these other people have been getting cut. They're like better than him. It's like, what, you're letting that guy go? With this, keeping this motherfucker? Like, y'all just need a fucking body, huh? Y'all just need a fucking body to get beaten on, and that's all he is, man. Like I don't fucking know. I don't know. Like that is the only purpose he serves, as a stepping stone for debuting prospects like Cortez Acosta. He's going to end up getting his ass beat eventually, though. God. Lobby, that is straight up fucking sadism. You're crazy for saying that. That is very sadistic, sir. You need Jesus. Um, yeah. So glad I didn't switch on this one, dude. So fucking glad. He, like it says, he outclassed him. He outstruck him. He outgrappled him. And that's crazy because a few years ago, I would never have picked Max Griffin. Like Max Griffin has lost to a lot of guys that means like most of their uh common opponents, Means has beaten and Griffin has lost to all of them. So let me say a couple things. I think Max Griffin is one of the most improved UFC fighters. He's got this weird, like awkward, herky jerky striking style. He does a lot of like double punches too, or he'll like actively block. He'll like throw like a fucking like um like an age uke, like a fucking rising block and a punch at the same time. He has some weird striking, but he has fucking rocks in his hands. He's very powerful. I thought he was about to just starch Means. I thought he was about to knock him out. He sat him down in the first and second round. Clearly won the fight. Um Means is not totally done, but he's just kind of is what it is. He is, man. He's like a high end jobber. Like he's still there. He can still win fights. He's not going to beat anybody in the top. He's like, he's my age, dude. Like it ain't going to get any better. He's a likable dude. He's a tough guy. Like he is that like salt of the earth, like working class, good old boy. But he's kind of a jobber. Like he's kind of a high end jobber. He's an action fighter. So I would like to see Means take a couple more winnable fights, maybe knock somebody out, and then see ya. I don't want to see Means continue to get fed to like I don't want to see Means become a gatekeeper because I think that will lead to him just getting some more Nico Price type finishes. Now Max Griffin does hit hard, but it's like you can't beat Max Griffin like dude, you ain't going nowhere. Like you just are what you are at that point, and that's fine. But yep, I mean, yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. There you have it. That's what happened. I can't. I'm not like shitting on Arnold Allen, but he was winning the fight. He definitely won that round. Did he buzz his knee on the second round? I can't even remember. It was just Calvin Cater. Let me tell you something. Calvin Cater's a good boxer, and he throws some good elbows. Like he's gotten kind of sneaky with those elbows. Other than that, though, when he tries to strike, like, dude, he has the butt fuggliest front kick I have ever seen in my. Dude, he looks like fucking. He looks like a fucking white belt throwing that front kick. You just who I don't know who taught you that, but just stick to the basics. Stick the oop to you. Jesus Christ, what the nah, dude. No. You're a boxer. Stop throwing knees. Stop throwing these fugly ass front kicks. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. Stick to what got you to the dance, Bobo. That was the dumbest. You think you're gonna hit Arnold Allen with a jumping flying knee? Like he was just fucking around in there, man. Like what? I don't know. You saw the success he had when he just let his hands go. Allen just shelled up and just got tagged. I don't think that really shows you anything about Arnold Allen. Like Cater's hittable. He gets hit a lot early. Like He was getting hit a lot in the Shane Burgos fight. He was getting hit in the Jeremy Stevens fight. So yeah, Arnold Allen was winning. I don't know how that. I can't say that who would have won if the fight continued because Cater did that dumb shit and fucked his knee up. I think it was the second round because they let him continue. They examined him and then the second round started and his knee popped out. Looked like an ACL. He's probably gonna be done for at least a year. He'll come back. He'll be what, 35, 36. He'll just fade into a gatekeeper, fucking action fighter. I mean, that's what Cater really is anyway. But yeah, people are just like so high on Arnold Allen now. I still have questions. That's his best win, and it was off of a fluke injury. And it wasn't something that he did. It was Cater's fucking retarded ass throwing a fucking slow ass jumping knee, throwing these fucking ugly ass front kicks that have you're not even throwing it at the right time. Looking like a fucking 9Q white belt. The front kick is one of the most used things now, and it's, dude, people God, they don't know how to throw it. It's so funny. It's so funny watching people when they first learn a front kick and trying to use it and how fucking stupid it looks. Anyways, so that's what happened. Technically is a knockout. Okay, Cater injured himself, so I don't know. That should not be a TKO for Allen. That should just be a fucking injury. I don't see how that's what did Allen do to cause that injury? That should be like a fucking so it should be a no contest. I mean, they're always going to call it a TKO injury, but it's just like, what did you really do to cause that injury? All you did was fucking box the whole time. You can see Cater land bad. It's just like, okay. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to, whoever Arnold Allen gets next, it's most likely going to be someone that I'm going to pick against him. Because you go above Cater, I'm sorry, man. I don't think you are the next champion for decisioning Sadiq Yusuf and a couple of the other jobbers that you decisioned before that. You knocked out a shell of Dan Hooker, and that happening against Cater, it's just I'm getting very Bilal Muhammad, Leon Edwards before he got the second title shot. It's yeah, you're on this winning streak, you're undefeated, but it's when you really start looking at it under a microscope, it's they're okay wins. Sadiq Yusuf is a good fighter. He's not undefeated. He's I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Allen is still just getting a little bit overhyped. And this win is being a little bit overstated. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No credit for a husk of Dan Hooker. A chin, and Dan Hooker was overrated to begin with. You want to talk about a fucking jobber that people really thought was going to be the next champion, dude. Unreal. That fucking city kickboxing transference. Anyways. All right. Well, that was UFC Vegas 63. I did not perform. Just my 2 cents. Did not perform very well in the prediction department. But just my 2 cents definitely did better than Grease my 2 cents. So yeah, 6-5, 390 on Tapology, whatever. I will take the win. I'll take the 6-5 as opposed to 5-6. You know what I mean? So that brings me to this. That's what I'm sitting at all time and for 2021. And that is that as far as UFC Vegas. So I think what I'd like to do now, we're a little over an hour in, use the commode, repack the one hitter, and then I'm going to have a little fun because we're going to talk about Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. And yeah, there's a bunch of people that need to eat some fucking crow. And I ain't one of them. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm gonna use the John, and I'll be right back. Could be. Not a bad shout. Would stand to reason. Fellow Englishman. Man, load up GarageBand. Load up my fucking songs, dude. Yeah, my songs. Not yours, mine's. Downloads. So yeah, about to have some fun. My friend, you have no idea how happy this is going to make me. I am going to enjoy this thoroughly. Well, I ain't paying no 50 cents for no Coke. Well, then you ain't getting no Coke. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Watch it, jerk. Jerk! All right. So, tweedly deedly dee, tweedly dee dee, tweedly deedly dee, tweedly dee. You're rocking the treetop all day long. You're rocking. Large tuna. Have you seen my cell phone device? Maybe it's in the ceiling. Maybe you're in the ceiling. Okay. I'm gonna lose my freaking mind. Rockin' Robin. That is the first thing I think of when I hear fucking rockin'. What's up, Artem? What is up? Yes, yes, yes. You're very funny. You're very funny. We all know what he did. Okay. Where am I at? Where am I fucking at right now? What's my name? I don't know my name. Tell me my name. Oh yeah, but what before I move on, look at this. Look at this. These are the fighters that look good at the way that I thought looked really good on the scales. Who looked the best? Calvin fucking Keita. Pulled a dumb stunt. Haas looked awesome. Just demolished. Vandera looked good. Crushed. Fremd looked awesome. Whooped. Moda looked good. Whooped. And look who looked rough. Look who looked like shit. The worst dude on the scales, Steve Garcia, fucking destroyed Chase Hooper in less than a round. Arnold Allen looked terrible. Delidze looked horrible. So did Rodriguez. All got wins. Anyways, now let's get to the fun part. No, it's going to be fun for me anyway. Let's get to the fun part. This was so satisfying. Now, before we get to the main event, I am going to, I'm not going to recap the whole fucking card, but I will recap the fights that I chose to highlight on Friday's stream. Definitely talk about those. Now, the first one, I briefly mentioned this one. Fucking Dr. Mike fought Steve Avila, and Avila whooped his fucking ass. I kind of saw that one coming. Steve Avila is kind of a fucking MMA jobber, but Dr. Mike is like he has a huge YouTube channel, and he had like an exhibition. I don't know if it's technically an exhibition, but it was like a very, very low level, like quote unquote pro boxing debut. And yeah, Chris Avila whooped his ass. He hung in there though. He hung tough, but he was getting beaten pillar to post. Now, this, I'm sorry, I don't care what fucking way you want to spin this. This was embarrassing for Uriah Hall. And it is just yet another example of how fucking gun shy and timid he is. Like, you should have watched him trying to walk Le'Veon Bell down. It's like so clear that he's never done that before, and him trying to do it and trying to be this like tough guy bully when he's like never ever fought that. It was just very funny to watch. Like watching Le'Veon Bell outbox him at points with like this like super amateurish like outfighting style where he would like jab to the body and then like shoulder check him like he was like pushing off of a heavy bag or something, but it was like so exaggerated. It looked crazy. Like you're really letting Le'Veon Bell outbox you and like show better ring generalship than you, and like he knows his way around the ring a little better than you do. It's like when he actually like mashed on the gas, he would like hurt him. Uriah Hall won every round because he would land the harder punches eventually, but it's like for the majority of the round, he was like chasing Le'Veon Bell, a football player, around and getting outboxed by like a jab to the body. It was so crazy looking. Like that, I'm sorry. I don't care if he won every round. The fact that he didn't knock Le'Veon Bell out, he got close at the end, but it's like he had to like bite down on his mouthpiece. And it's like the fact that you had to do that, you couldn't get Le'Veon Bell out of there in 4 rounds. It's like, that's embarrassing, man. That dude is not like Le'Veon Bell, making Le'Veon Bell look like he has boxing skill. It's like he's a hobbyist, dude, and you've been fighting your entire fucking life. You knocked out Anderson Silva, and you can't get Le'Veon Bell out of there with his like wonky ass, like super duper. You say Jake Paul ain't got no boxing skill? You see how fucking amateurish Le'Veon Bell looked? How like ridiculous his knockout against Adrian Peterson looked like? You're letting that guy like outclass you for large portions of the round. That's embarrassing, man. That was very embarrassing for Uriah Hall. He won. Yeah, good job. You beat a football player. You decisioned a football player. Unfucking real. Clown show. Clown show. Truly a circus. I told y'all it was a sideshow. I told y'all it was a sideshow. I mean, it's like it's just unreal, dude. Just like, what the fuck is this? I told y'all not to make this MMA versus boxing. I told y'all not to do that. I told y'all this is just something else. This is a sideshow. It's a sideshow. It's a freak show. Look at these fucking freaks. Look at these sideshow freaks. What is this? What the hell is even that? What the hell is even this Jake Paul Anderson Silva event? I told you it was. Fucking sideshow. What else would you call it? So that happened. I'll tell you what, though, man. Yes, there will be some caveats on this, but dude, Ashton Sylvie Smiggity smoked Braulio Rodriguez in 1 minute, 1 second flat. Eat your heart out, Rai. Ryan Garcia couldn't even knock Braulio Rodriguez out that fast. Now, Braulio Rodriguez had not fought in 3 years. That's caveat number 1. Caveat number 2, he fought like a blithering fucking idiot. Like, watch how crazy and wild and wide the fucking hooks were from Braulio Rodriguez. He was completely squared up, like basically standing with his feet parallel, throwing crazy ass Thiago Santos looking hooks from his hip. And like Ashton Sylvie just stepped back and clipped him with a fucking check left hook. It was a hard check left hook too, man. Like The kid is he's a legit prospect. He is, man. Like, you can say whatever you want. You can say, yeah, Braulio Rodriguez, he hadn't actually been knocked out as many times as I thought. He'd only been knocked out twice before that. I can't remember who the first dude that did it. Then Garcia knocked him out. But everyone's saying that is fake. It's like, dude, you are stupid as fuck if you think that is fake. Now, it was ridiculous. The way Braulio Rodriguez fought was fucking ridiculous, but it wasn't fake, man. He was like swinging for the fences, giving Ashton zero respect. And the dude, Ashton Sylvia has good reflexes, good defense. He literally just slipped the punches, stepped back, and clipped him with a check left hook. The dude's chin was hanging out there about as open and free as a bird as it could be. And he just bop, pop, sat him down. Dude tried to get back up too soon. He was looking all crazy. He was like, nah, he was done. That was it. So yeah, that was pretty tight. So yeah, got a legit prospect. Like to see who he gets next. You know, brother, you don't want to know. You don't even want to know, Bo Squatch. I'll tell you that. You fucking laugh. You laugh right in their face for what they were charging. Okay, so here we go. This was put on the on some. This was put out in some media outlets as a cruiserweight bout. Twas not. A cruiserweight bout would have definitely favored Jake Paul. This was a catchweight bout to favor Anderson. Meaning Jake Paul had to cut a little bit more weight. He wasn't able to stay as healthy or as hydrated leading up to the fight. It favored Anderson. It was a catchweight bout of 187. They both made the weight. I mean, Anderson looks pretty good for a 47-year-old. So here we go. Jake Paul, Anderson Silva. You can say whatever you want, but you can't say you're not paying attention because you're just lying. Anyone that has had this, you can even saying, we're not going to give him any more attention. You just did, dumb motherfucker. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you fucking do. Because it's fucking entertainment. Do you not like sideshows existed for a reason? There is an undeniable interest in watching freak shows. The niche market exists for a reason. People love freak shows. Look at that freak right there. Look at that fucking freak. It's crazy looking, dude. Look at that shit. It's there, man. Like, of course, it's not like a fucking like legitimate boxing card. Not really. Like, Lomachenko was fighting Ortiz. Like, Zepeda was fighting Diaz Jr. It's like there were real boxing events going on, but did you hear or care about any of them? Hell fucking no. Y'all have to understand that, like, this is why I tried to tell y'all that this wasn't MMA versus boxing, because the true hardcore boxing heads are like just as turned off. They're like, this is no. Dude, you should have heard some of these boxing podcasts talk about it. Dude, they like were almost insulted to have to talk about this and bring this up. They're like, let's just get past this as soon as possible. Like Loma's fighting this weekend, like fucking Diaz Jr. Like, well, this is ridiculous. Like, let's just get past this as soon as possible. So I tried to tell y'all. That's why I tried to tell y'all. This is something else. This is a sideshow. This is not, do not make this MMA versus boxing. You ain't gonna like what happens when you do. I told y'all not to fucking do that. And this is present company excluded. I'm just talking to the MMA community at large. I told y'all not to fucking do this. This is a sideshow. It's a freak show. Don't make Anderson Silva the ambassador for MMA. Why would you think that Jake Paul is the ambassador of boxing? You're making it that instead of just taking it for what it is. So, are you happy? You can't take him with. Let's go. Did you get what you want? Did you get what you wanted? You happy, Bodie? Look what you did. You got Gromit killed. Look what you did. Look what you done did. What you did is you painted yourself into a corner. And now, what you have to do, MMA community at large, present company excluded. Now, what you have to do, suck that. Fucking suck that, MMA community. Hold the L and shut the fuck up. You want to make it MMA versus boxing? You got it. MMA versus boxing. Boxing wins again. The legend of the sport, one of your most beloved, cherished legends, gets outboxed by a fucking Disney kid YouTuber, low level novice pro, outboxed and damn near chin checked one of the greatest ambassadors, the greatest shining examples, drug cheat of the sport. Y'all did this. Y'all fucking did this. So suck that. Hold that fucking L. MMA fighters cannot fucking box for shit. Like I said, primetime Anderson Silva, 1998, primetime, taking boxing as seriously as he possibly can. What does he do in his debut? Gets knocked the fuck out by Osmar Teixeira, a fucking tomato can. Osmar Teixeira has been knocked out 17 fucking times. That fucking jobber ass, club fighting, bum ass motherfucker knocked Anderson Silva out. The dude has always been chinny. The dude has never been a great boxer. He beat two fucking bums, beat the biggest disgrace, the absolute most joked about excuse for a former champion and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who did not take that fight seriously at all, who is still a fucking cokehead, way worse than David Benavidez. You want to talk about a dope fiend? Chavez Jr. That dude is a joke. He's a disgrace. Did not take that Anderson Silva fight seriously at all, and still almost beat him. But y'all tried to use that as, oh, you should have heard the amount of people that were actually picking Anderson Silva. I'm not bullshitting you. They might have deleted a lot of their comments now, but oh my God. In all these YouTube videos breaking down this fight, in all the fucking Twitter threads and whatever, you should have heard the amount of people that were picking Anderson Silva. And all the fucking classic excuses come out. This is what I knew this fucking retard ass, just bleed ass, dumb fuck MMA knuckle dragger community was going to do. I knew this is what was going to happen. As soon as Jake Paul won, first of all, people were like, whoa, dude, it was fake. It was fake. And your dumb fuck ass still picked Anderson Silva. If it was fake, then you should have known Jake Paul was good. You still picked Anderson Silva. So Yeah, that was the first built-in excuse. It was rigged. If you watch that fight and still think it's rigged, congratulations, you are dumber than dog shit. Here is your "you're dumber than dog shit" card. It's good. It has an unlimited spending limit. Like, dude, it is yours for the rest of the time. You're dumber than dog shit. That fight was way too sloppy to be fake or to be a dive. The way Anderson Silva got caught is how he gets caught every time. Standing in front of somebody, punching with his hands down. Jake Paul's a 25-year-old cruiserweight that has a lot of power. He's gradually improving. And this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest, like, face palm, what the fuck is wrong with you thing that I'm hearing after this fight. I can't take Jake Paul seriously until he fights a real boxer. Technically, whether you like it or not, Anderson Silva was a professional boxer. Before he even started MMA, he has a record on BoxRec. He has had professionally sanctioned boxing fights. So technically, yes, Anderson is a pro boxer. But this is what the point I'm trying to make is this is a prime example of the MMA community talking out of their fucking ass about boxing when they have no clue what they're talking about. I'm going to show you what I mean. First of all, MMA community at large, present company excluded. MMA community at large. Can you even tell me who the fucking cruiserweight champions of the world are? These are the guys that are in Jake Paul's weight class at the top. When you're talking about boxing, so when you say things like, oh, he needs to fight an actual boxer. Okay, let's put this in terms of actual boxers. And I'll even go to the highest level. Who's the cruiserweight champions of the world right now? Can you even tell me without looking them up? Can you? Yeah, it's kind of weird, man. Loma. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Call it a cherry pick all you want. Fair enough, man. Silva's 47. He's never been that great of a boxer. The fact that people were impressed that he had some exhibition with a debuting. Bruno Machado was debuting at 35. That dude was an MMA fighter, debuting, making his boxing debut, and people were impressed that Anderson Silva outboxed and dropped him. That was impressive to the MMA community, but Jake Paul doing that to Anderson was not. Like I said, if you think that was a rigged or a dive, congratulations. You are one of the dumbest fucks breathing. It was way too sloppy to be a dive, man. Looked way too like just sloppy and like y'all just don't fucking know what you're talking about or looking at, dude. There are levels to boxing, like there are levels to MMA. Y'all realize that regional MMA, that's still professional MMA, right? That's where Jake Paul's at right now. You ain't fighting nobody worth a good goddamn 6 fights in. You would know that if you knew the first fucking thing about boxing. You ain't fighting nobody ranked. You ain't fighting nobody anybody's ever heard of. You are can crushing Bobo. Line them cans up, get crushed. If you think for 1 second, man, I'm going to show y'all something right now. Let me show y'all something right now. Uh, let's just have a look see, shall we? Let's have a look see. Class is in session. Class is in, excuse me, class is in session. Turn your antennas up. Turn your volumes up. Everybody turn your volumes up. We're sending arts and crafts time by 4 hours today. Now, Alexander Usyk is the former undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. He vacated, went to heavyweight, as we now know. Has had his fights with fucking Tony Bellew, Chisora, and Anthony Joshua. Anyways, I digress. You couldn't tell me who the cruiserweight champions of the world, first of all, without looking them up. But let me just enlighten you. Let me just enlighten you. You fucking MMA dolts, present company excluded. You just bleed dumb fucks. Okay, let's yeah, you want to play this game with Jake Paul? Jake Paul needs to fight a real fucking fighter. A real ranked fighter. Let's look at the probably the most well-known cruiserweight champion. You can't even pronounce these fucking names. Arsen Gulam. I can't even pronounce these fucking names. Now, obviously, this is in the Usyk vacuum, the vacuum that was left. So we'll go to the most well-known. Lawrence Okolie is a British boxer. He used to spar Anthony Joshua. He is known most for apparently smashing Anthony Joshua up in sparring. Undefeated, cruiserweight champion. Hasn't even had 20 fights. Now look. Look at that. Look at those first 6 opponents. Heard of any of them? This is who is at the top of Jake Paul's weight class. I feel like of all the champions, Okolie is the most legit. 29. This is Lawrence Okolie's first 6 opponents. This is the class of opponent that that Jake Paul fight to gain their fucking dumbass respect. All right? These are the fucking absolute tomato can, nothing ass, club fighting, jobber stepping stone ass motherfuckers that these dumbasses are his first opponents. You gonna hold Lawrence's feet to the fire over a 22-29 nothing? An 0-2 nothing? Ooh, 7-5, 2-0. Wow, let's see what Rudolph Helisic has done with his fucking career. Let's check out Rudolph Helisic. Oh, look, 3-2. Knocked out twice. No, but yeah, Jake Paul has got to fight one of these guys. He's got to fight one of these. So he's a real boxer. A real boxer, heavyweight, cruiserweight champ, Lawrence Okoli. This is who he's fighting in his first 6 fights. 3-3, 1-1, 22-29. You dumbass motherfuckers. You don't know jack fucking shit about boxing. You have no idea what you're talking about. You're fucking mad that your hero legend got tuned up and dropped, got his non-boxing ass tuned up and dropped by a fucking YouTube Disney kid, and you're fucking butthurt about it. Whether you like it or not, Jake Paul is a low-level novice pro. He's a professional boxer, whether you like it or not. Just like these fucking nobodies that the cruiserweight champion of the world fucking smoked. He's a boxer, like it or not. Is he the most skilled boxer? Is he a ranked level boxer? No. Even the highest, most legit, best literal champions of the world, their first few fights are against fucking nobodies. So that all shakes out to be Jake Paul is decent. He's where he should be for this level. For a guy that started boxing 3 years ago. Lawrence Okoli's been boxing most of his life. And he was still fighting fucking. You really think Jake Paul wouldn't beat these guys? Are you that fucking stupid? Are you really that fucking dumb that you think Jake Paul? But no, he's got to fight these guys to get the respect of your fucking dumb just bleed ass. Your little stupid fucking high school ass. Get the fuck out of here, man. Tell me you don't know shit about boxing without explicitly saying it. I told you. I told you. I told y'all that would happen. What's up, Wong? I told y'all that would fucking happen. Dude, I told y'all what. Dude. Gumel, yeah, exactly, dude. You can't even say his fucking name. Dude, I'm telling you. He's got everyone. You got to fight a real boxer. You got to fight a real boxer. Okay, look at the guys real boxers. Or look at the guys that champion boxers. Lobby, yes, I know. That's why I said present company excluded. I know, Lobby, you know fucking boxing. I'm not talking about that. The most well known is Okoli, though. Yes, Junior Fa, although he. Junior fucking Fa, he got his ass. Dude, Junior Fa got fucking slumped, dude. That was hilarious. Junior Fa is a fucking hype job, but so is fucking Frank Sanchez. Anyways, yeah, man. Like, what do y'all expect, dude? The kid started 3 years ago. Like, not even the cruiserweight champions of the world have names like Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley on their record 6 fights in. This is how boxing works. You build them up. The first 10, 15 fights, just Crush, 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 crush. You get the highlights. Oh, check out this prospect. Here are 7 or 8 examples of him smoking bums. Build the name up. Oh, the reputation's starting to build. Oh, crush this guy, crush that guy. Highlight, 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 highlight. Then 10, 15 fights in, you either give him another prospect, you give him a former champion, you give him somebody that's been in there with a big name, then he beats that guy, then you build, 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 build. It is a gradual ramp up in competition. If you can't see, Jake Paul has been gradually ramping up in competition. Yes, he's a spoiled little Disney shit rich kid. So he has the resources to put these fucking fights together that most cruiserweights at his level would not be getting. Yes, all of that is true. Yes, Anderson Silva's a cherry pick. He's 47. No shit. Whatever. Like, what are you expecting with a dude that's 6 fights in? You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know shit about boxing. So again, suck that. You're fucking one of your champion heroes takes a loss again. Hold that L, MMA community, and shut your fucking just bleed dumb fucking asses right the fuck up. Suck that. God, that felt good. It's populated, the MMA community is populated by majority fucking morons. Present company excluded. Y'all know I'm not talking about y'all. But that's what it is. It's handicappers. It's little high school kids, Stan boys. Stan Twitter is just overrun MMA Twitter. It is fucking Stan Twitter to the ultimate. But I knew these fucking excuses would come. I knew the goalpost moving would come. Again, this is the cruiserweight champion of the world. This is his first 6 fights. See any Anderson Silva level opponents on that? Oh, Blazeman Duo. Oh, the 3-3. That's who Jake Paul needs to. He needs to fight a real boxer like Lucas Rusevich or the 0-2 Jeffrey Cave. That's who Jake Paul's got to fight before he gets my respect, bro. Shut the fuck up. Fucking morons. God, Anthony Smith is such a fucking shill. I cannot stand Anthony Smith. So the righteous indignation. It's like, don't you realize that your company is run by a fucking greaseball criminal, pretty much? Like, the fucking MMA, they talk out of both sides of their mouths so fucking much. They have all this righteous indignation of how dare, like, you, Anderson, you disrespect. It's like, Anderson took this fight. You're acting like he took this at gunpoint, dude. And this is why y'all shouldn't be making it MMA versus boxing. It's not. It's a fucking sideshow. Jake Paul is making a fool out of you dumb motherfuckers. Making a fool out of y'all. He's making y'all believe it's MMA versus boxing while this is, what do you think he's doing? He is very carefully, he's doing what every other professional boxer does early on, except you've actually heard of the names of the cans that he's crushing. I'm sorry, man. 47-year-old Anderson in the boxing ring crushed him. I had it 77-74, Jake Paul. I thought he won the first round. Thought he won the third round. I thought he won the fourth round. Yeah, I gave Jake Paul rounds 1, 3, 4, 7, and 8. And the 8 was the 10-8 because of the knockdown. So that's how I got my 77-74. I gave Silva rounds 2, 5, and 6. It was relatively close until the very end. Silva's old and tired. You can call this a cherry pick all you want. That is completely reasonable and fair. It is a cherry pick. He's 6 fights in, dude. You can find again. Lawrence Okoli, WBO cruiserweight champion of the world. He's fighting a 1-1 dude. This is where Jake Paul was fighting Anderson Silva. Lawrence fucking Okoli, WBO champ, was fighting 1-1 Adam Williams. Corner threw in the towel. Like, what are y'all? My point is, what do you expect? You don't even know what to expect because you don't know a goddamn thing about what you're watching. You just know the name Anderson Silva and you know the name Jake Paul, and somebody told you that Anderson Silva is the greatest mixed martial artist to ever do it, which is fucking bullshit. You got lost in that Joe Rogan sauce and all these fucking MMA Twitter dumb fucks that want to fucking, they always act like they're so fucking pussy, but they always want to fucking act like they're taking up arms when they get this fucking shit like this. Stick to the things that you know. Stop talking about boxing. Stop talking about that's what I'm saying. You talk out of both sides of your mouth. You bitch and piss and moan about Jake Paul doing this stuff, but then you continue to give him attention and talk about it and say how you're not going to talk about it, but you still keep doing it. You say, oh, we don't even need to we need to collectively decide, but then a million of you say the same thing. And so it just keeps the conversation going. Like, y'all are so fucking stupid, man. I'm not talking about present company excluded, man. I'm just, the MMA community at large is so fucking dumb. The criticisms about boxing are all like about it being corrupt, about it being like the business side of it fucking the sport. All that is true, man. But there's a lot of it that's like you just have to respect. You expect people to you honestly expect people to respect the MMA community and UFC when they fucking have these ridiculous, blatantly obvious robberies that are gambling related, that are bookie mafia related, and you like, but yeah, you have to preserve the purity and the sanctity of MMA. It's a greasy, vague. UFC is a greasy Vegas-based company. It's an entertainment company. And it's a monopsony that fucks over the fighters, but it is like y'all's lifeblood. It's the pinnacle of your sport, a greasy monopsony. Congratulations. Congratulations for praising a greasy fucking organization that fucks over the fighters that you love so much. They voluntarily like sign these bitch ass like fucking indentured servant contracts. You love them for it. You praise them all the time. Praise UFC, but then you shit on UFC, but don't shit on the fighters that continue to sign the contracts. And then stuff like this happens, and you're like, "Oh, we have to defend Anderson's honor." Like, Anderson chose to do this. Y'all are fucking dumb. And that's why I told y'all not to make it MMA versus boxing. Don't make these sideshows. Like, pick your battles, bro. You're never gonna win this one. Told y'all it was a Jake Paul show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, dude, Fair enough. But to not level any criticism and you're just throwing stones from a glass house now. Fuck yeah, boxing is fucked. Well documented. Getting that way with UFC too now. All these robberies are going on the record. And there's been a noticeable uptick in them ever since this fucking DraftKings shit started. They got a fucking greasy ass handicapper on TV on Tuesday night, Dana White Contender Series. You got UFC giving out parlays. And then 2 days before, they tell the UFC fighters and the coaches they can't bet on fights. It's such a racket, dude. You cannot convince me that the bookies and Vegas is not involved with the UFC now. You just can't. I don't care what you tell me. You're never pushing me off that square now. I've seen it now firsthand. Yes, that is exactly what I think. It's too many coincidences, man. Those Vegas cards. Look at where the two robberies happened. Abu Dhabi, out of the way from the United States, and then in the most corrupt, greasiest place. As far as gambling and all, like the greasiest place you can possibly be, Las Vegas. That's where the company's based out of. Most of the robberies that have happened this year have been at the Apex. And a lot of them, I don't have the statistics, but I feel like a lot of them have been fights where most of the money was on the guy that got robbed. It's Vegas robbing the punters. It's the bookies cleaning the fuck up, man. You just can't convince me otherwise now. Yep. Yep. Telling you, dude. It's greasy. So yeah. Where are we at? Let me recap real quick my shitty wagers. Let's do that. So I did have Jake Paul by KO. He almost got it done, but yeah, got to give Anderson credit for surviving that and keeping it competitive enough at 47. For 47, Anderson, and that's the other thing too, man. Like in order to you talk about how much you love Anderson Silva and what a fucking like how much reverence you have for him and like you just like revere the guy so fucking much. But then the second you have to give Jake Paul credit, you will shit on Anderson Silva, throw him under the bus in a New York minute. Like you couldn't throw Anderson under the bus faster to avoid giving Jake Paul credit. Let me repeat that. MMA community at large, y'all couldn't throw Anderson Silva, the fighter that you claim to love so much, y'all couldn't throw him under the bus faster to avoid giving Jake Paul credit. Despicable behavior. Pathetic, despicable behavior. Children. Fucking children. Yep. Yep. Wow. Wow, dude. Unreal. It's so greasy, man. So yeah, that was just a bad bet. I was a little overconfident in Jake Paul. I was saying the first punch that lands would put him down. Like I got to give Anderson some credit. Anderson he definitely trained hard. He definitely stayed in shape. He came into that fight prepared. I got to give him credit for that. I'm even going to give Anderson credit. Of course, he's a 47-year-old man. I knew that he wasn't going to be Jake Paul. I knew that at some point he would tire and that Paul's youth. I'm not saying Jake Paul's an incredible boxer. He's 6 fights in, man. You ain't supposed to be fighting nobody awesome 6 fights in. Like, I don't know. For a dude that's been boxing for 3 years, what do you fucking actually expect? Again, this is what you can expect from the cream of the crop at heavyweight, at cruiserweight. Fighting dudes like this. And you honestly think Jake Paul wouldn't beat these two? Give me a fucking break. But that's who he needs to fight to get your fucking retarded respect. Fucking idiots. And I got robbed here. This would have cashed if I hadn't got robbed, but again, congratulations, bookies. You got me. You fucking got me. That would have been a nice little hit there, dude. Nope. So I lose 2 weeks in a row on some fucking robberies. Still sitting okay for my first outing as a casual gambler. Had a couple real big nights that have kept this overall profit margin relatively high for someone that doesn't bet a whole lot and just started. So I'll take that. I'm not losing a whole lot. Like I said, in the last couple weeks, I've lost less than $50. So whatever. Glad I didn't put more on it, man. That would have really pissed me off. But it just ended up being frustrating. But you take the good with the bad. It was good seeing the MMA community squirm and bitch and piss and moan and take the copium. And that was satisfying today and yesterday. The Ravens winning Thursday night. Hogs whooping ass. Cowboys whooping ass. All those are good things. So all in all, on the weekend, I'm happy, thank you. Yeah. Overall, I'm a pretty happy camper. Got my health for the most part. Knock on wood. Got my loving wife. Got my family. Got my buds. Pretty happy camper, man. And it's Halloween, boys. All Hallows Eve. A night of fucking demonology and spooky shit and fucking toilet paper and eggings and fucking the fucking freaks come out tonight, man. Freaks come out on Halloween. I'll be staying my fucking happy ass indoors. We ain't doing no fucking trick or treating. We're in an apartment complex too, so it's not like you can't even really turn your fucking light off to signal that you don't have trick or treaters. But we're not. I don't anticipate us getting any trick or treaters anyway. So yeah, just gonna chill out, watch some movies. Have watched a few scary movies. Have watched some, Halloween sort of themed TV shows. Been enjoying that. Yes, let me change this back. Yeah, been very entertained by Sleepy Hollow. Very, very entertained. Watched Final Destination. Watched the remake of Fright Night. That was the second time I'd seen that. That was fucking good. Man, dude, 28 Days Later is one of my favorite horror movies. We watched it Friday night. My wife had never seen it. Now, this movie is 20 years old now. This movie is exactly 20 years old. It still holds up, dude. Some of it is slightly dated, but it's 20 years old. For the most part, it holds up. It wasn't nearly as scary as when I saw it the first time, but I appreciated like how good of a movie it is. What a good job they do of showing you like what it would possibly feel like to have something like that happen. It's not just the zombie thing, it's like the apocalyptic nature, like the end of the world, like the isolation, like and the bonds you form with the few people that are around. And like dude, the ending of that movie is so fucking awesome. Like yeah, I don't know, man. I picked up on some things that when I used to watch it when I was a little younger, I didn't really like pick up on. It's really funny. The humor is very like I didn't realize like God damn, this movie's hilarious. Um, and yeah, very well done, well acted, very well written. It's just yeah, one of my favorites, man. It's and now it's got this like nostalgic quality to it as well. So yeah, it's still probably my favorite zombie movie and one of my favorite horror movies. Dude, I love Teen Wolf. I don't need an excuse to watch Teen Wolf though. Like Teen Wolf is like an anytime. Teen Wolf is almost like a summer movie kind of. Yeah, the sequel's good too, man. The sequel is good. That was like Jeremy Renner's breakout role. He's the hero in 28 Weeks Later. Oh, I mean, most people, like people, the world at large knows Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. That was when most people found out about him. But like before 28 Weeks Later, Jeremy Renner was known as like fucking D'Agostino in Senior Trip. Like he was Dags in Senior Trip before 28 Weeks Later. That was the only I was like, is that the dude from Senior Trip? Is he the fucking like hero in this? Like, what the fuck? And yeah, and then it was I think 28 weeks later that kind of like, propelled him a little bit more into the public eye because a lot of people like 28 days later kind of took the like horror community by storm a little bit. Um so it was very popular. Uh Dawn of the Dead remake continued that. And then it was like 28 weeks later was like in 2007, I think. And then it was like The Walking Dead came soon after that. So there was like this wave of zombie shit that happened in the 2000s and late 2000s. But yeah, they're both good. The sequel is good. The sequel and usually like horror sequels are really shitty. So I was glad that was I was pleasantly surprised with that one. So yeah, it's Halloween. I imagine, dude. I don't know. Like, might just finish fucking Sleepy Hollow season one. We got a few episodes left. I don't know. I want to watch the movie X. I talked to my brother the other day. He told me that was good. I don't know if the wife's gonna be interested in that one though. Might have to watch that on my own. Another movie I'm gonna have to watch on my own that looks really fucking good. All Quiet on the Western Front. That looks like one of those like, okay, gonna get myself prepared for this one emotionally. Like I feel like it's gonna be some like Saving Private Ryan, some like really realistic depictions of warfare and like God, World War I. Everything that I've read about it or learned about it in school, it was such a fucking nasty, disgusting war. Dirty, muddy, literally in the trenches, mustard gas, flamethrowers, getting ripped to shreds in no man's land, like disease, rats run just rat filled trenches, like living in your own piss and shit. Like it was such a disgusting fucking war. And like I feel like dude, it's gonna be brutal. I'm gonna watch it though. It's getting really good reviews. I'm a sucker for like war movies like that, like realistic war movies. It's just, oof. I think it's gonna be a rough one, but I'm gonna watch. It's gonna be. I might watch that tonight. I feel like that's gonna be pretty fucking horrific. Maybe not a traditional horror movie, but that's about the most horrible like real life shit there is war. So it looks like I said, a pretty realistic portrayal from what I've seen. Heavy subject matter. Wolf Cola. It's the right cola for closure. I'm not gonna burn the duster, okay? Probably can burn it if you want to. It's probably flame retardant. Stop asking me to burn the duster. All right? Well, boys, I guess I will open the chat up. We can talk about whatever you want for another. We'll make this like a 3-hour stream, I reckon. So, anything y'all want to fucking shoot the shit on? Want to look at the next week's card? Whatever. If not, just wrap this motherfucker up at 2.5 hours. So, yeah, man. Let me pull up this fucking next week's card. UFC Skidge. Sketchy card, man. Sketchy fucking card. If I don't think I'm gonna bet this card. If I was going to bet, I would be looking at potentially Mario Batista. Maybe Shyalon. Grant Dawson. Almeida. God almighty. Bobo Sherman and Josh Parisian. Dude, this is like a fucking revolving door of jobberdom at heavyweight. These fucking Chase Sherman, Josh Parisian, fucking Jake Collier, like Jared Vandera. It is just an endless revolving door of jobbers at heavyweight that they love sticking on these fight night cards. I would not touch that fucking shit show. Chase Sherman versus Josh Parisian is going to be a fucking shit show. I would not. God, I wouldn't touch it. Tagir Ulanbekov and Nate Maness. That's probably the fight I'm most excited about looking at this. I think if Almeida grapples, I think he's gonna smoke Grisham. Benito Lopez, I guess, could knock Batista out, but I feel like that's Batista's fight to lose. So I might have taken a shot on that. I like Shylan over Derek Minner. Grant Dawson over Marco Madsen. Yeah. Wouldn't touch the main event. Magny versus Rodriguez. I honestly still like Neil Magny there. Still like Neil Magny. So that's what would be my potential plays. Magny, Dawson, Shylan, Batista. I don't know, man. Just a sketchy ass card. Sketchy ass low level card. No thanks. No thank you. Best of luck, boys. Best of luck to all the fucking all the capping community out there. Shout out to Post Sports Radio. I was not in there Saturday night. Sorry about that, boys, but I'm sure it was a good show, and was not. I don't think I modded for fight night picks either. Yeah, I was kind of just fucking up in the dome all night. So sorry about that. But yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to shout out to the MMA handicapping community. I hope y'all had good weekends with the UFC. I did not, but I didn't go heavy at all. I normally never do. But yeah. Best of luck this week. Yes indeed, dude. How how about the fucking Commanders? God almighty. I cannot believe they fucking won that game. And yeah, you're right, dude. The NFC, dude, it's NFC beast this year, man. It is for real. All the teams have winning records. Even the bottom of the barrel has a winning record. Commanders are 5-4. What are the Giants? Are the Giants still 6-1? Or no, they're 5-2. They're 5-2. They lost. But we're in second place because we have the head-to-head over them. So yeah, we're in second. Fucking Philly's bitch ass still in first. Still undefeated, but I think had that rocky first game, but with Dak healthy, Dallas firing on all cylinders, I think I like our chances better in the end of the season, postseason. I would actually like that for Philly to stay the division leader because I think that will keep us hungrier as a wild card underdog. I actually don't mind that at all. The regular season is for shit. The only thing that matters is the postseason. It doesn't matter what your regular season record is as long as you get to the fucking playoffs. Because once you're in the playoffs, it's single elimination, anybody's game. Truly anybody's game. So yeah, I like that. I like where we're sitting right now. 6-2. We'll probably lose a few more games. We'll win some more games. I just want our team to stay healthy. I want our team to be healthy when postseason comes. We've got a pretty easy fucking schedule, honestly. It's not really that difficult. Like we've beaten the fucking Redskins already. We've beaten the Giants already. We didn't lose that with. We were losing bad to Philly, but we came alive with our fucking backup. So I don't know, man. I think with Dak healthy, I think that's a different game. I would say that. So yeah, I like where we're at. I like the way the season's going. Hog's got a tough one down the stretch, man. Hog's got to play fucking. Like I said, we got to play ranked Liberty, who I think we will crush. Then we got to play fucking LSU, they're number 15, and we got to play Ole Miss. I can't remember what they are. They're in the top 15 too. I think they are. I can't remember what they're ranked. Anyways, it might be like 17 or something. But and then we got to play fucking. Yeah, we got to play Liberty, LSU, and Ole Miss. 3 ranked teams in a row, and then play our fucking rival, Missouri. God damn. All right. 2 of our biggest rivals and 3 ranked teams in the last 4. And some of these teams play like 1 or 2 ranked teams in the whole fucking season, and they keep their like number 13 ranking. It's fucking ridiculous. There's 2 teams from the American Athletic Conference that are in the top 25. That is such a fucking joke. And Tulane has a loss. Like that's just so ridiculous, man. So ridiculous. Considering like Arkansas' strength of schedule, like we considering all that, we better fucking be ranked. If you're gonna rank Liberty, if we beat them, we better be ranked. I don't care if they are 23. Make us 25. But like the fact that you're ranking a team like that who has beaten nobody, and we beat two teams that were ranked at some point this season. Considering that all the teams we fucking play every fucking year too. Anyways. Good question. No. No, I don't like it. It's too much of a 50-50. Like I'm expecting Bivol to win, but I don't feel confident enough in Bivol to bet him as a favorite. The Gilberto Ramirez line, the Zerto line is tempting, but I just don't know, man. Like Ramirez is really good. He's really good. He's undefeated. I just think that Bivol has fought a slightly higher level of competition. I think it's going to be close and greasy, and I'm not going to touch it. I really don't feel I don't feel confident enough on either side. I do feel like Bivol is a rifle favorite, and I do feel like he'll win, but it would be dog or pass, and I don't feel confident enough in Ramirez, honestly. Although he could upset him, he could knock Bivol out, but I don't see it, man. I think Bivol's mobility is going to be a problem. Bivol's mobility and his jab. I think that's going to be an issue for Zerto. It's a good fight, though. It's a really fucking good fight. Mariana, I like over Limosh. Limosh hype jab. I'm not touching it. I am not fucking touching it. Betting Rowe again. Probably hop off the train versus Nico. Big step up. Phil Rowe versus Nico Price. I would probably take Phil Rowe in that, but I wouldn't bet it. I feel much better about waiting for 281. I'm just getting a little action on that. Maybe. I don't know. This card just too greasy. Too greasy, too low level. What's going to be the robbery this week? Who's going to get robbed this week? Could be the main event. I swear, bookies just watch some of these major like channels and see, and they have people watching, see how everyone's betting. They see where the money's going, and then they pick their spots to rob you. That's what I think happens. No way to know that, of course, but that's just what I suspect. You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, you can't make it too obvious. You can't have robbery after robbery after robbery on the same card, but you can have like one per. And then you have this, what did you, the UFC is they're so fucking shady too. Their fucking Twitter account is like, whoa, like, what did you guys think of this decision? Blah, blah, blah. You fucking know what we think of the decision. You're rubbing it in our faces. You and the bookies are rubbing that shit in our faces. It's like, whatever. I shouldn't even say my face. I didn't lose nearly as much money on Jacoby as some people did. But it's still, man, like you're rubbing it in people's faces. You ain't slick UFC. That's a good call. Dude, D-Rod gets those fucking robberies, man. They love them some D-Rod, dude. Hey, dude, great example. Li Jingliang gets fucking robbed by everybody's favorite jailhouse fighter. Everybody's favorite, let's run the fade in my cell. Let's cover up my cell and run the fade. D-Rod. God, they love that motherfucker. The humble former criminal redemption story. They fucking love that shit, man. They eat that shit up. So yeah, that's a good call. That's a real good shout, Zach. I can definitely see that. Just why I'm not going to bet it, because that's probably what I would do. I'll probably be like heavy on Magny and he gets fucking robbed. It's man, I I am just patiently waiting for D Rod to get smoked. It's gonna happen, dude. He's over 35. He has shown like if you're powerful enough and you crack him right, that he'll get hurt and go down. Like you can't tell me that Dwight Grant is the hardest hitting welterweight on earth. It's just not true. There's way better fighters. So I think D Rod is going to get smoked. I think he's a guy that's been moved up carefully, and they love him, man. But the clock's ticking. Eventually, he's going to get smoked. Especially, dude, if he gets a robbery over Magny, oh my god, he's going to get destroyed in his next one. Because above Magny, dude, you're getting into like the serious grappler territory. And I'm sorry, D Rod, dude, he is, man. You want to talk about somebody that does not deserve their fucking ranking? Somebody that is smoking fucking mirrors. Nobody messed with you when you were in gym pop. Did you fucking? So did you have to fucking like beat people's asses, or was it just like you just let them know off the bat, or no? You just no one tested you. I've never been to jail before. Fortunately, one of my good buddies did a short bid, not in prison, and is like a long term jail bid. But yeah, thankfully I've never done any time. Nobody tested you in county. Yeah. I guess it depends. I've heard it kind of depends on where you are, depends on kind of what you look like, and just kind of mostly depends on how you carry yourself. That's what I've heard. I know you can't take any like I know they're fucking looking. They're looking. They poke in prod and they look for any kind of weaknesses and like that's what I heard. Been in city jail and that is not fun. I've been in handcuffs before. I've been detained before. I had a fucking I had an underage drinking charge. Like it was um I was charged with underage drinking and I had to go through fucking like dude, it ended up being such a pain in the ass because I had to go through these classes, but I was like at a point in my like I was about to go to fucking college. So I had to when I went and back to Arkansas, I had to fucking pay out of state charges for the fucking classes that I had to go to get that shit expunged on my record. It was such a pain in the ass, dude. And ended up having to pay way more. It was expensive to begin with, but it ended up being so much more expensive. But yeah, that's all that's really happened to me. Now I have a clean record. Yeah. Yep. Basically, just don't be a bitch and don't start anything. Don't fucking stare at people. Don't look into other people's fucking cells. I hear stuff like that a lot. Just be respectful. Don't be a bitch. And if someone fucking steps to you, fucking crack them. That's what I heard. But yeah, man. Yeah. I think, but dude, that is a good call. D-Rod. D-Rod is a good call on the robbery, dude. D-Rob. Start calling him D-Rob. I know it kind of depends on like what state you're into, especially with like the racial stuff. I've heard that that can get like tricky, but that's all like different. I've heard that, just what I heard, that it's like different depending on like what part of the country you're in. Like California is like super divided along racial lines in the fucking prison system, but that the East Coast isn't necessarily like that. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. City versus county is different. Yeah, I've heard that, and also like I've heard jail's way different than prison, and the level you're at once you go to a prison is different. State prison versus federal prison is different. This is just shit that I've heard from my buddy that got locked up and other people that I know that have gotten locked up, and then all the prison channels and bullshit that I've watched here and there over the years. Yeah, I feel very fortunate to have a clean record and to not have fucking had to go through anything like that, because I've heard that it can be very difficult afterwards to get reacclimated back into society. So I definitely feel fortunate. Yeah, my buddy is like, I think he's off probation now because he has his license. He got his license back. So I think he's done with all of his stuff. But yeah, for a while, like when he got out, he could only ride his bike. He like he was basically on prob like it basically I think he's off of probation. He got like 10 years probation. So yeah, I think by now, I don't know if it was 10 years from when it happened or from when his bid ended, but he was on probation for a long fucking time. But he did get his license back, so I would assume that he's good, but I'm not sure. I try not to like ask him too much about it unless he just like volunteers shit. Dude, tell me about everything that happened when you're fucking locked up. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I feel real lucky. I've definitely done some dumb shit, especially when I was younger. And it's like, how did I not get arrested? Like I said, I've been in handcuffs a few times. I've been close. I've been detained before, and I had one charge that got expunged. But dude, I probably should have had some more, allegedly. But I've narrowly avoided getting I've narrowly avoided getting arrested about a handful of times, and I've helped. Dude, one of my buddies was so fucking close to getting locked up. I don't know how he fucking didn't. I feel like it was literally just a stroke of luck. But yeah, it wasn't just fucking smoking and rambling. Talk about whatever the fuck you want to. Go where the stream takes us. Somehow got on prison talk. Oh, it was D-Rod. That's how we got there. They love the fucking prison redemption story, dude. It's a narrative, man. It's an entertainment company. Yeah, I think so. Let's see what we got here. God, my computer sucks. Yeah, that would have been mine. That would have been your boy. Dude, I hear so many like nightmare prison stories about because I know that I have a bad feeling that if I did go down for something stupid like a minor charge, I would end up with my temper. I know I would end up getting into it and getting my fucking shit extended. So it's like, dude, I never want to fucking go to jail ever. I just know that would happen. I know I would go in there trying to fucking, I would be scared as fuck, trying to, show that I'm not, but I would end up getting in a fight and just ended up getting my fucking shit extended. So they're just like, nope, I don't want it. By DDD. Nope. Been fortunate enough so far. Just gonna fucking keep it that way. I'm too old for that shit now. Oh my god, dude. So dude, that happened to me once. I was I was in Shannon Hills, Arkansas. You want to talk about a little podunk fucking little redneck ass town? Fucking Shannon Hills. So I'm in Shannon Hills, Arkansas. I had been out at the club that night, going out to my buddy and his girl's house to fucking do more drugs and crash, allegedly. So going out there, I didn't have anything like serious on me, but I remember I had this I had this one fat fucking nug of weed. And this is the end of the night. I've been drunk. I think I'd done a little fucking coke that night. And obviously I've been a fucking regular smoker since I was 17, pot smoker. So I'm going back and this is like, dude, it's like, it's gotta be 2 in the morning at this point. I left the club at, yeah, like 1:30 and just headed straight out there. Nobody around, not a fucking soul except this goddamn cop sitting in the one fucking place where, of course, my dumbass, and honestly, I probably did. I probably did California roll through it. California rolled through a stop sign and got lit the fuck up. Dude, I was so fucking scared. I popped that nugget in my mouth and fucking chewed it up and swallowed it before you could count to 10. And I was so pissed. I remember just I was scared and pissed. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to eat this fucking nug. Oh, it's my last fucking dude, I was so fucking mad. I was so mad and pissed, and I was like, but I know if I can eat the nug and get it down, that's all I have on me. I hadn't been smoking, thank God, so the car didn't smell like nugget. But dude, I was so mad. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? There is no one out here right now. It is 2 in the morning in Shannon Hills. There is not a soul that is awake except my fucking dumbass and this like tax collecting cop. I was so pissed, dude. And I was even more pissed because I had to go back to court in fucking Shannon Hills. I remember that was the worst part about it. I had to go back to traffic court there. I had lived there like a few years before. Well, actually, probably more like 10 years before. But so I was like familiar enough with the area, but it was still like, it's like 30 minutes outside of Little Rock. It's like, I don't want to fucking do this dumb shit for this fucking tax collector, man. They love it, dude. They love it. So now, dude, I am the most cautious driver. I am, dude, I am super duper. Like, I come to a full and complete stop every time I come to a stop sign, every time, especially when I come to a stoplight. Dude, motherfuckers here, they will roll through not only a stop sign, they will roll through a red stop light. Like there is nothing there. Like they'll just slow down and California roll right through a red light. It's like, God damn. Like, all right, dude, not me. I fucking learned my lesson on that one. Yeah, dude, I even try and do that. Like when it's like a challenge for me. Like I'll get fucking, I'll go out like when I go to drive and like see how perfect I can drive, like how perfectly I can take a turn without going over the lines, and like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I'll take this turn perfectly. I'll hug this turn and accelerate at the perfect time, and like I just that's kind of how I make it like a fucking like a game to see how perfectly I can fucking go down the road. Like Anders Holmvik, like Neighborhood Watch. Honestly, see how poorly people drive. You seriously crossing over the lines right there, bro? You seriously can't take that turn without crossing over the lines? Bush League, fucking amateur hour, ass drivers. Such poor driving. Maryland drivers are god fucking awful. I don't know if they're quite as bad as New Orleans drivers. Oh, buddy, if you ain't seen bad driving, you need to go to New Orleans, Louisiana, because you will see ridiculous. You will see some fucking Rob Deerdeck ridiculousness. Dude, I can tell you firsthand, like my own family, not like just my cousins too. Like when I was younger, I remember like my uncle, like just like stop sign. What stop sign? There ain't no stop sign. Just flying through stop signs, non-existent turn signals. Like New Orleans drivers are, god damn, they are bad. But Maryland drivers are pretty fucking bad, dude. Virginia drivers are bad too. Northern Virginia, whoo, Lord have mercy. I don't see how people can live in DC. I don't see how people can do it, dude. 495. Fucking what is it? 66. 95. God, dude. The interchange between 95 and 66, shoot me in the fucking face. I'd rather be shot in the face. You want to get married? No, D. I would rather be shot in the face. Yeah, 66 is a living nightmare. If you would like to be in the worst traffic, the most endless construction, that's what it is. 495 and 66 and 95, it is an endless construction site. So not only do you have the normal volume of traffic that you would have, but then you have the backups from the construction and 2 lanes going down to a single lane and 3 lanes going down to 2. And it's just never ending. By the time it takes them to finish one project, they have to start another. Just constant construction. It's actually like a business model. Think about it. Road construction. How do you keep the boys paid? How do you keep the fucking money coming in? Redo that road. Better redo that road. Canine doctor's car. Luckily, they didn't have any blood, but apparently that's how good. Oh yeah, dude. I remember another time. This is when I was in college. When I was at Arkansas, they getting stoned with my buddies. We were. I don't think we were that drunk. I think we were mostly just stoned. But we're like 18 and stupid as fuck, and so like we kept like we went to Wendy's, but we kept like going through the drive-through, and we would order like one thing at a time and just like be fucking retarded at the window and say a bunch of dumb shit and like crack up loud, like, dude, what are we gonna? Just dumb high school stoner shit, like a freshman in college, dude, a little 18, dumber than shit, like. So we did that about 3 or 4 times, and they're like, okay, I think we're gonna call the cops this time. Cops pull us over, and like, yeah, they had a fucking canine. I remember it was fall. It was early fall, but it was still warm. So I remember like being in a like a shirt and a t-shirt and shorts, and standing out in front of this Wendy's. And of course, they pulled us all out of the car, put us all in handcuffs. You're not being arrested. You're being detained while we start this fucking car. And I remember it started raining. Like it might have been raining a couple minutes before, but I just remember like standing out in front of the Wendy's. And dude, this was like, I think it's 6th Avenue. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's like the main drag, dude. The main drag that like intersects with the stadium. And I think I'm pretty sure it's 6th Street, 6th Avenue, something like that. It's been a while since I've been in Fayetteville. So we're standing there, all of us just like standing there in handcuffs. The Wendy's is like on one of the corners so everyone can see it, getting rained on. And it's just like, what the fuck? And the dog definitely hit because there was like shake and stuff on the floor, on the fucking floor bed. And the cop was basically like, he's like, if I wanted to, I could collect some of this shake and charge y'all for it, but it's like you just got damn lucky because the fucking car reeked, man. We just smoked like 2 or 3 blunts. It was like we had boxed like let's hot box it, dude. Yeah, fucking retardation. But they luckily like let us off. And just, we all fucking shit ourselves and fucking went back and just got more high and drunk. Yeah, I was trying to prove that I didn't roll a stop sign. Yeah, I haven't gotten it taken in like 10 years. Yeah, dude. Didn't have dash cam back then. Yeah, exactly. Texas best worst drivers. Nice. Yeah, man. I haven't been everywhere in the United States, but the places I've been, New Orleans is the worst. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about Nathan, nada in their cars. Seen it firsthand. Felt unsafe with members of my own family, like driving with them around New Orleans. Like, you are reckless driving, my man. You just are. But some of them, a lot of fucking people from Southern Texas end up in New Orleans and vice versa. Houston and New Orleans have like an exchange program. I'm not bullshitting you. Like, when Katrina hit, all my cousins and shit went to fucking Houston and like went to school there, and a lot of dudes from my oldest cousin, a lot of dudes that were in his fraternity like live in Houston. And like when we went to these like that like two of my cousins got married a few years back, right? I went to both weddings down there, and like both times I went down, there's a bunch of dudes from Houston there, and it's just like it's 3 hours away, and so it's like an exchange program. Like a lot of people that end up living in one place or from one of the places end up in the other. Derek Lewis, perfect example. No doubt. I may or may not. I may or may not do that. Definitely not as much. Definitely more cautious. But yeah, oh yeah, let me look up. Let me see what this. I'm pretty sure it's 6th Street. No. Oh, that's not what you do. That's not what you fucking do. Where is no. 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 Damn it. Is it still here? Hold on. Yeah, this is it. So it's the corner. It's still there, dude. The Wendy's is still fucking there. Oh my fucking god. God, I feel old. So yeah, it's the fucking standing on the corner of Martin Luther King and South Razorback Road in the rain, in handcuffs, in shorts and a t-shirt, looking stupid as fuck. Like, shit, dude. Man, good times. Good times. Takes me back. Takes me fucking back, boys. Good fucking lord. Oh man. That's pretty gay. Closest to getting red Boston weed in a guy's alley, Indian neighbor called the cops, and one followed me out of the neighborhood. Gay. That's accurate. My dad's from South Texas and mom from there. You go. There you are. It's that simple. Yeah, dude. Like we'd be there, like all hungover, and like do want to be like, yeah, dude, I gotta drive back to Houston tomorrow. And it's just like, oh wait, yeah, Houston is like right fucking there, very close. You can literally, it's the same distance from New Orleans to Pensacola Beach or Destin or what. Well, Destin's a little bit farther, but New Orleans to Pensacola, same distance from New Orleans to Houston. Isn't that crazy? It doesn't seem like it would be the same distance, but it is. Wild. Weird, wild stuff. Yeah, man. Need to get down there. Need to get down there. Been a few years since I've been down in Island. It's been a few years, boys. When was I down there last? It was exactly 2018. I'm Ron Burgundy. Yeah, I think it was 2018. Last time I was down there. Been too long. Need to see my cousins, man. One of my cousins had twins since then. Haven't seen the twins yet. Another one of my cousins has a new chickadee. They're super serial that they moved in together. One of the other one of my cousins is the one that's in the movie industry. Need to find out. Need to hear it. Need to hear some more of his fucking ridiculous. Like he has some like ridiculous Mark Wahlberg stories. He worked on what was it, Deepwater Horizon? Fucking Mark Wahlberg oil rig movie. He had some pretty good. I would just butcher a man. Like I'm not the best storyteller, but he fucking dude, they were pretty funny, man. Any suspicions that you have about Mark Wahlberg being a fucking doucher? They're probably well founded. Dude, he told me that the guy's just fucking ridiculous. some of the shit that he like requests and like what he has some of the people do in his fucking entourage. Like he's the entourage guy. He's the guy that's like he was the basis for Entourage. Like my cousin was like, it is just like that, man. But yeah. So yeah, I gotta fucking get down there, man. I gotta get down to fucking New Orleans. Shit, if I'm down there, I might just pop over to Texas, dude. Holler at some of the homies. It's a little far. It would be a little far to go see fucking the general and old ear, but I'll probably holler at Noah or something. Meet up somewhere and have a fucking brew and a doober, you know? Yeah, Port Arthur. PAT. Yep. Oh shit. Dang. Yeah, I've never been to Houston. Been to Dallas a few times and driven through Texas a few times. No, only driven through it once. Only driven through it once. But been to Dallas a couple times. Yeah. On that one trip out to Colorado, yeah. My dad took me and my brother out to Colorado and we drove through. We went from Arkansas like through Mena into Oklahoma, then into Texas. We went basically along the like top of the panhandle and like into went through Amarillo, ate at a steakhouse in Amarillo. I wish I could remember the fucking name of it. It was a huge steakhouse in Amarillo, like one of the most famous ones. I can't remember the fucking name of it though. But did that and then went into New Mexico. There's like this national forest that's on the border of Texas and New Mexico, and it was awesome, dude. It was so fucking cool. It didn't even I would never would have thought it was New Mexico. Like if I had seen a picture of it, I would have swore it was like I don't know, fucking Utah or Wyoming. Like it just didn't look anything like what I thought New Mexico would look like, but it was fucking beautiful, man. Like it was like it was like four I can't even describe it. It's like a national forest, but it had like these like bluffs and waterfalls and like this stream that ran along the side of the road, man. It was fucking beautiful. I could probably tell you the name of it. Probably look it up and tell you right now. I happen to have that information. Yeah, so that's what we did. We drove through. Yes, we drove through Mena and then up into. No, we didn't either. We went through Fort Smith. We went through Fort Smith, through Oklahoma City, through Amber. Yeah, so basically we just took Route 40. We just drove along Route 40. But what is this? Yeah, it's fucking yeah, we definitely went off of Route 40 once we crossed into New Mexico. What the fuck was the name of this? Wish I could find it. Google Maps definitely isn't helping me, but anyways, man, it was really fucking cool. But yeah, I haven't been down in that part of the country in a while. Well, boys, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Got some shit to take care of around the house. I might watch All Quiet on the Western Front. Watch some of the horrors of war. It is Halloween after all. Anybody got any Halloween plans? I don't know, dude. I feel like Halloween is for like kids and like drunk college kids and whores. Halloween is for whores. Like it's for sluts to dress up like, insert any fucking costume. Slutty nurse, slutty angel, slutty devil, slutty fucking librarian, slutty whatever, dude. It's a bunch of that, and then whatever the like trend, whatever the most popular thing was in the past year in pop culture, just people will dress up as that. Um, that used to be the thing when I was a little bit younger and was still going out. Like when I was in like my mid to late 20s, is like, we would all go out the fucking downtown mall and be like, okay, who's gonna have like the best costume? Who's gonna have the most? It was all about like what your costume was gonna be. Like who would have the coolest costume? Who would have the most ridiculous one? Like, and then we'd all go out and just fucking all go out to bars and get shit faced and then fucking walk home. That's what Halloween was about. And I mean, like Halloween parties and shit too. But I feel like, especially as I started to get like right before I stopped partying, I felt like it was more like they weren't even parties. It was just like pregame before we go out to bars. And that was fucking Halloween, especially in Charlottesville. You're just trying to like try and see and be seen on a downtown mall and like but I will say, man, a couple of years we went out, there was some ridiculous shit. Like one year, um, I remember I've talked about this before. They do this thing at what the fuck is that? I think it's the Southern. I think it's still called the Southern, where they'll have like it's a cover band, but the band they will dress up like the fucking members of the fucking band they're covering. So like I remember one year we saw an ELO cover band. The dude was dressed up like fucking Jeff Lynne. He had the huge fucking like fro and like he was bouncing around as he would fucking like evil woman. Dude, they were really fucking good though. There was a No Doubt cover band, Hall and Oates cover band, and they all looked like the fucking, it was like it's basically like a costume party with some cover bands and like so it was a good time, but like there were some good fucking costumes that year. I remember there was this one dude, this jacked fucking dude, and he was dressed up as God of War, as Kratos or whatever. That was pretty good. And these fucking kids had these like they had all gotten like he just like tried these like Hot Wheels and they dressed up as the Super Mario Kart people and were like riding down like fucking racing down to the downtown mall in these fucking like Hot Wheels things. This fucking grown drunk 20 somethings like dressed up as like Mario and Luigi and Yoshi and shit, fucking acting like Super Mario Kart. Is pretty funny, man. Trying to catch you riding dirty, huh? But yeah, I'm gonna go do some shit and watch some shit. Like I said, I'm probably not betting this week. Probably not gonna do it. Probably save my energy for 281. Might start doing a tape study on that ahead of time. But nevertheless, I will make my picks for UFC. What is it, Vegas 64, I guess, and then 281 will be after that. But I want to thank everyone that came through today. It wasn't a crazy stream. I think 6, 7 people in here at the most. whatever. It's a recap from a fucking shitty card. I know a lot of the MMA community is super butthurt about the Jake Paul Anderson Silva thing, and they're coping super hard. So I appreciate everyone that came through. And yeah, I'll be back Friday. I mean, I'm gonna cover the Vegas 64 weigh-ins, but I'm gonna kick back on this one. I'm gonna kick back, make my picks. Best of luck to all the handicappers. And yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna be it for me. Let me get this music going. But yeah, it was good shooting the shit, boys. Hope y'all have a good week. Best of luck. Congratulations if you killed it last weekend. If you didn't, I'm right there with you. I feel your pain. Yeah, take me back to that fucking iCloud drive, bitch. That will do it for me, though. Have a good rest of your week. Happy fucking Halloween. Be safe. Be good. If you can't be good at it. Have a good time if you go out. Be safe if you do. I hope to see everybody Friday. I'll be back for the weigh-ins. And yeah. Have a good week. That's about it from me, boys. This has been just my 2 cents, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!